Welcome to One Move at a Time, the show where we highlight people and organizations that are advancing our U.S. chess mission statement to empower people, enrich lives, and enhance communities through chess. I'm Dan Lucas, the Senior Director of Strategic Communication at U.S. Chess.
And my guest today is Grandmaster Maurice Ashley, who made history as the first African-American Grandmaster. He has managed to translate his love to others as a three-time national championship coach, author, ESPN commentator, iPhone app designer, puzzle inventor, and motivational speaker. Ashley is well known for providing dynamic live tournament coverage of world-class chess competitions and matches. He has covered every class of elite event, including the World Chess Championships, the U.S. Chess Championships, the Grand Chess Tour, and the legendary man versus machine matches between Garry Kasparov and IBM's Deep Blue. Ashley also consults with universities, schools, chess clubs, executives, and celebrities on how chess principles and strategies can be applied to improve business practices and assist with personal growth. In recognition of his immense contribution to the game, Ashley was inducted into the U.S. Chess Hall of Fame in 2016 and the Brooklyn Technical High School Hall of Fame in 2018.
So Grandmaster Maurice Ashley, welcome to the One Move at a Time video podcast.
Thanks so much for having me.
And joining us as well is Melinda Matthews, our managing editor at U.S. Chess. Hi, Melinda.
Hi, Dan. Hi, Maurice.
And Maurice, you are joining us from home in Florida, I understand, but this is kind of tied to the American Cup that's going on in St. Louis right now. Tell us a little bit about your impressions of this new event.
The American Cup is extraordinary. I love the event just by its design. It's got this classic rapid blitz down to Armageddon format. You've got to love it. And the matches have been so exciting. The match between Aronian and Fabiano Caruana will go down in history as one of the greatest matches ever played, period. And of course, to have young players like Alice Lee performing at an extraordinary level, 13 years old and playing chess like a boss, playing against Irina Krush, 8-time women's champ, U.S. women's champ. Like, it can't get any better. The elite of U.S. chess competing. I think it's just an incredible event, and it's proving probably better than even the organizers supposed it would, just to be proving to be more exciting.
So it's interesting, Maurice. I know you've kind of backed off from color commentary, but it's amazing how quickly you fell right back into it. You do that very well.
Yeah, once a commentator, always a commentator. But the truth is, I'm just a fan. And if I'm watching something, I'm doing commentary on it. Even if it's from home, my children will tell you, Dad's always running his mouth.
So the other thing I'm interested to talk to you about is I understand that on April 22nd in Atlanta, you are doing an event with historically Black colleges and universities. Tell us what that is going to be all about.
The HBCU Chess Classic, the first ever, will take place in Atlanta on April 22nd. It'll feature some great universities: Morehouse, Spelman, Howard, Clark, FAMU, Hampton, and others are trying to put together teams quickly so they can be a part of it as well. It is a beautiful idea to spread chess to all 107 HBCUs around the country, but starting small now. But eventually the goal is to bring chess to a great population of kids, and we'll bring new fans to the game, hopefully with this, and it'll be the start of a long tradition.
Can you tell us how this project began? What were the seeds that got it going?
It really started with a couple of kids at the AUC, the Atlanta University Center, one from Morehouse, Alan Cohen, and one from Spelman, Shania Francis. And they just started the Black Odyssey Chess Society, little chess club they wanted to start in the AUC. And I was someone they called up and said, we're trying to do this. How do you do a chess club? Could you get coaches, et cetera, et cetera? And you know me, as soon as we started talking about it, I was excited about it. And I said, you should do a tournament. A few months later, they came back to me and said, we've got it. put together. We want to do the chess tournament. And so I've helped them with it to find a location and to organize. And it's just amazing to see this is finally coming to fruition, or I should say quickly coming to fruition, since it just started last semester.
And why, Maurice, is focusing on diversity so important to the chess world at large?
Well, for me, growing up as a young player in Brooklyn, there were not a lot of players who looked like me in the chess world, and no one who had broken through to the Grandmaster ranks. So it was something where if you see it, you can be it. For me, I didn't see anyone. Eventually, I did break through because I was so obsessed by chess and was able to get to the Grandmaster level. But that shouldn't be the case. There should be a lot more representation in chess, a lot of diversity, whether it's African Americans, Latinos, women. It's very important to see all walks of life represented in our royal game. And so I think it's wonderful when you see initiatives like this one and others that are pushing chess to diverse communities.
And how many HBCU schools already have chess programs in place?
That's a number that we don't know. We are looking to try to build, to identify all of those now, and hopefully with the HBCU Chess Classic, we'll be able to bring in more and more. I think this first year will be the starter year, we'll call it. But by next year, we should know exactly that. And this initiative is something that we have founded and plan to be very strategic and systematic about identifying those schools and then making more chess teams. There's going to be chess clubs that don't exist at a lot of these universities. And as they hear about these opportunities that are aligned with chess, they'll want to get involved.
So over the last decade or so, a number of colleges have started offering chess scholarships. I'm guessing based on the answer that you're kind of at the ground floor of promoting at HBCU schools, that maybe right now there aren't any scholarship opportunities at those schools for chess players specifically. Is that correct?
None that I know of. I've never heard of any such opportunity, but you're right there, Dan. That's exactly the kind of thing we expect to build as we go along. And I think that will bridge the pipeline from high school kids into the HBCUs, and then eventually things like internships to various companies and connect chess with those companies as well. So we have big plans in mind. Right now, we just got to get this one big tournament off the ground, and then we'll go from there.
Does the tournament have a website at this point?
At this point, not quite yet. There's some details they have to finalize, but it will be up soon. But you can definitely check out my social media pages, as I'll be announcing on Twitter and on Instagram as more details get finalized, but expect it in the next couple of days.
Okay, go ahead and give those Twitter and Instagram handles, Maurice.
Yes, you can find me at Maurice Ashley on Twitter and at Maurice Ashley NYC on Instagram.
So we only have a couple of
Maurice
minutes.
Ashley Chess. Maurice Ashley Chess on Instagram. Yeah, I have too many handles on various social media pages.
Good. So thanks for that. And we've only got a couple of minutes left. So I want to real quickly ask, and there's a lot of people who may not know this, but in 2025, US Chess is going to introduce the Grandmaster Maurice Ashley National Tournament of K3 State Champions. It's significant enough to achieve Grandmaster status, build a reputation of respect for all you've achieved both on and off the board. But it's a whole nother level of achievement to have the national body name a major tournament after you, thanks to an endowment by John D. Rockefeller V. What are your hopes for this event, and are you tying it in any way to the HBCU initiative?
Well, it is not tied to the initiative, but great idea. Thanks for that idea. I got to say I'm stunned. And, every time I hear it, it sounds surreal. Frankly, I'm honored that this was proposed. When I heard it, I was quite shocked. And I want to thank US Chess and also John D. Rockefeller, for doing this. I mean, it's just, I mean, to get a tournament named after you, usually you have to pass away, right? Like that's what I think of it. So I want to be alive in 2025 when this happens. It is not my initiative. It is really U.S. Chess's initiative. And so I can only hope that this will bring more attention to chess and the great young people who will be playing in it. I know it's a part of the U.S. Open is what I think it is. So I can only sit back in awe, definitely look forward to attending, and anything or any way that I can help support the event, I'm happy to.
So, Maurice, thank you so much. This HBCU initiative is very exciting. Melinda and I are both Atlanta residents, so we're glad it's happening in our hometown. And Melinda, thank you for
invited.
joining us. Thank you.
We'll try to get down there.
We would love to be there.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much, Maurice, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for having me.